of photosynthesis. Have you ever wondered how tiny seed grows into towering tree? That secret lies into the process of photosynthesis. Firstly, I would like to define what is photosynthesis. Photo means light and synthesis means making. Photosynthesis is a chemical process by which the plants create carbohydrates in the use of light energy. Photosynthesis occurs in green plants and they take place in the chloroplast of a cell, which means that light energy must be absorbed and also water must be absorbed from the soil by the roots, and carbon dioxide must also be absorbed for the chemical reaction to take place. What the plants need. The plants need light that is from the sun, and also it needs carbon dioxide from the air through the leaves, and also water that is absorbed from the soil by the roots, and the output is sugar and oxygen. We get it from the food that we eat from the plant, and then oxygen, it is the one that we breathe as humans and animals. We have the chemical equation for photosynthesis. These are the reactants, the things that are needed for the process of photosynthesis to take place, and also these are the products that we get from the process of photosynthesis in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight. This is the balanced chemical equation. In the next video, we are going to show you guys how to balance this equation. As you can see, it is now balanced. Thank you.
Hi learners, my name is Boitumelo Kitabile, and today I'm going to explain the parts and functions of a chloroplast. The first part that we are going to look at is the thylakoid. Thylakoid is a disc-shaped membrane that contains chlorophyll. They absorb light energy and change it into chemical energy because the chloroplast cannot use the direct rays from the sun. They must be converted into chemical energy. The next part that we are going to look at is the grana or the granum. The grana is the stack of thylakoids. They also have the same function as the thylakoid. They absorb light energy, the radiant energy from the sun, and also convert it into chemical energy. Their function is to increase the surface area for the absorption of the sun rays and convert it into chemical energy. The next part that we're going to look at is the lamella. The lamella is the membrane that makes up the thylakoid. The membrane that is found inside the thylakoid, we call it the lamella. So its function is to support the grana, the single grana, is to support it. The next part that we are going to look at is the stroma. The stroma is the liquid part inside the chloroplast. Now, is the liquid part found inside the chloroplast? That is where the Calvin cycle or the dark phase occurs. The next one that we're going to look at is the starch granule. The starch granule is the part where excess glucose that is produced at the end of photosynthesis is stored. Excess glucose is stored in the starch granule. Now, the next part that we are going to look at is the double membrane. The double membrane of a chloroplast. The double membrane of a chloroplast protects the chloroplast. It is selectively permeable to certain substances that enters in and out of the cell. It is selectively permeable to certain substances. That is how it protects the chloroplast. The next part that we are going to look at is the ribosomes. The ribosomes are found inside the chloroplast. They are there, and its functions is to make protein that is needed for the process of photosynthesis. The other part that we are going to look at is the chloroplast DNA.
My name is Aphieminya Ndiza, and today I will be talking about the two types of phases that we have in photosynthesis. So we have a light phase. A light phase is the initial stage of photosynthesis that requires direct light energy to trigger its reaction. It occurs in the grana of the chloroplast. And then we have a dark phase. A dark phase is also known as the Calvin cycle. It does not require light directly, but it depends on the products formed in the light phase. So the two products that are formed in the light phase are adenosine triphosphate and NADPH. So where does that phase occurs? It occurs in the stroma of the chloroplast. Thank you. Okay, so stroma is the liquid part of the chloroplast, and then a grana is a single thylakoid.
I go by the name of Molofo Lerato, and today we'll be focusing on the factors that affect the rate of photosynthesis. The rate of photosynthesis is how fast the process takes place, and there are several factors that affect this rate. We have temperature, sunlight, and carbon dioxide. Under light intensity, light provides the energy that is needed for photosynthesis. When light increases, the rate of photosynthesis also increases. When the light decreases, the rate of photosynthesis slows down. When the increasing light does not increase the rate of photosynthesis, this becomes constant at the end, dioxide. CO2 is one of the raw materials needed for photosynthesis. When there is more carbon dioxide in the air, that means plants can make more food. And when there is too little carbon dioxide, that can limit the rate of photosynthesis because plants rely on the carbon dioxide to produce sugar during the photosynthesis. And we have temperature. Photosynthesis is controlled by enzymes that work best at a certain temperature, which is 25 degrees Celsius. When the temperature is low, the enzymes slows down. They are inactive, meaning the process of photosynthesis. We have temperature. Photosynthesis is controlled by enzymes, and enzymes work best at a certain temperature, which is 25 degrees Celsius. At a low temperature, enzymes slow down, and we have temperature. Photosynthesis is controlled by enzymes, and enzymes work best in a certain temperature, which is 25 degrees Celsius. At a low temperature can slow down enzymes reactions, limiting the photosynthesis rate. At high temperature, as temperature increases, the enzyme becomes active and the rate of photosynthesis starts to become faster. When it reaches the optimum temperature, which is 25 degrees Celsius, enzymes denature, meaning the enzymes are damaged, leading to the decrease of photosynthesis.